Are you feeling uncertain about the energetic shifts happening in your connection? Perhaps you're sensing deep emotional changes within yourself or between you and your twin flame, but you're not sure what they truly mean. It's easy to feel lost or overwhelmed on this journey, especially when you're searching for clarity, signs, or reassurance from the universe. In today's video, we at Spiritual Universe will guide you through a powerful twin flame energy reading and collective update for both the divine feminine and divine masculine. These channeled messages are here to help you understand the spiritual dynamics at play, not only between you and your twin flame, but also within your own evolving soul. Whether this energy reflects your inner transformation or a connection with someone in your life, you'll discover insights that speak directly to your heart. By watching this video, you'll reconnect with your inner truth and feel more aligned with your intuition. Our intention is to help you recognize and trust the quiet wisdom you already carry within. This reading can bring confirmation, clarity, and a deeper sense of peace as you navigate the twin flame path. You'll leave feeling more grounded in your knowing and more connected to your spiritual journey. Number 1. Realizations and karmic release. In this powerful moment of transformation, the energy surrounding us is shifting with clarity and purpose. With the appearance of the door to value alongside the reversed contract card, the message is unmistakable. A karmic cycle is being broken. Someone is awakening from a binding soul agreement, a contract once rooted in lessons, illusions, or imbalance. This reversal indicates a liberation, a release from the old stories that kept them tethered to confusion and emotional fog. What was once overlooked is now being seen through new eyes. A realization is unfolding, especially around something or someone that was previously taken for granted. Divine feminines, this speaks directly to your journey. You may have felt unseen or underestimated in the past, perhaps carrying the weight of knowing your worth while others failed to recognize it. But now, even if it hasn't been spoken aloud, your value is being felt. Energetically, you are being acknowledged. Your light, your essence, your divine presence, it's no longer hidden, even if words haven't yet caught up to this truth. There's a distinct masculine energy in this reading, one that is beginning to awaken to the true worth of this sacred connection. The message I received was clear. The word fog came through, accompanied by the image of a quiet night sky. This symbolizes a transition from confusion to clarity, from shadow to illumination. The fog is lifting. Where there was once blindness or emotional detachment, now there is sight, clear, undeniable sight. The masculine is starting to perceive the brilliance of the divine feminine's light, not just as a fleeting feeling, but as a soul-deep truth that can no longer be ignored. This is a pivotal moment of karmic release and spiritual awakening. The past is unraveling, and in its place, a new understanding is being born. It's subtle, yet powerful, silent, yet deeply felt. The seeds of recognition have been planted, and soon they will bloom into visible, undeniable change. Number 2. Divine feminine alignment and self-worth. The appearance of the Temple Path card in the upright position signals a sacred turning point. The word that immediately came through was realignment, a profound recalibration of your energy that is now placing you in direct harmony with your soul's highest calling. Divine feminine, you are standing firmly in the radiant power of your solar plexus, the core of your self-worth, personal strength, and unshakable confidence. This is not just a fleeting moment of clarity, but a deep and lasting anchoring into your true essence. You are no longer seeking validation from the outside. Instead, you are reclaiming your light, honoring your own truth, and walking with a newfound grace and certainty. This inner alignment is reshaping everything around you. As you return home to your worth, you naturally begin to attract experiences, people, and opportunities that reflect this elevated state. The universe responds instantly to the frequency of self-love and soul sovereignty. And with that, something or someone is being magnetized toward you. As your vibration rises, you may begin to sense the energetic pull of a high-frequency soul connection entering or re-entering your life. This connection may manifest as one dominant energy, someone who feels inexplicably drawn to your light. Their pull is not accidental. It's a response to your clarity, your wholeness, your embodiment of divine feminine truth. This is a time of powerful attraction, not through effort, but through alignment. The more you honor your path, the more the universe conspires to meet you with the love, support, and sacred connection that matches your frequency. Trust that your realignment is not just healing you, it's awakening the souls meant to walk beside you. Before we move forward, take a moment to reflect on how this message resonates with your journey. Have you felt a shift within, like you're stepping into a more empowered, aligned version of yourself? If so, you're not alone. The divine feminine collective is rising, and your growth is a vital part of this greater awakening. If this message speaks to you, don't forget to like the video and share your thoughts in the comments below, or simply type, "I am aligned with my highest path," to affirm your journey and anchor this energy into your life. Let's continue walking this sacred path together. Number 3. A masculine awakens in silence. A powerful image came to me, a garden, perhaps freshly trimmed grass, or the soft hum of someone tending to their yard. Whether literal or symbolic, it speaks to growth, quiet nurturing, and a subtle transformation happening beneath the surface. This vision is closely connected to the energy of the Four of Swords in reverse, a card that reveals a soul emerging from solitude. This is someone who has been in deep reflection, possibly battling internal storms or healing in silence. Now, they are beginning to awaken, not loudly, not dramatically, but in the still, private way that true transformation often begins. There is a masculine energy here, someone who has been holding their truth close, but now feels the subtle urge to reconnect. They are not rushing in. Rather, they are gently inching toward expression, contemplating a quiet setting, like a peaceful cafe or a cozy coffee shop, where words can flow softly, without pressure. It's not just about meeting, it's about being seen, and more importantly, being heard. This masculine sees you as more than just a familiar face. To them, you are a beacon of inner wisdom, someone who holds a calm clarity that they have long admired. Your spiritual insight draws them in, not just because you speak truth, but because you embody it. There is something about your presence that feels safe, expansive, and enlightening. You may not realize the depth of your influence, but in their eyes, your light has helped illuminate their path. Though they may not say it out loud, they carry a deep respect for you. And as they begin to re-enter the world, shedding the layers of isolation, you are one of the first souls they feel called to approach. Their awakening may still be tender, their words carefully chosen, but the intent is sincere. They are seeking connection, authenticity, and perhaps your understanding heart. Number 4. The ego death and heart activation. A profound transformation is unfolding beneath the surface. The death card in reverse emerges here, not as an ending, but as a silent, inward rebirth. Tied to the number 13 and the heart chakra, this card signals an ego death of immense depth and intensity. This isn't a superficial shift. It's the kind of inner reckoning that strips away illusion, pride, and all the layers the soul once wore to survive. This person is being guided, perhaps even forced, to confront long-buried emotions, feelings they once suppressed for the sake of control, comfort, or fear. What's happening inside them is nothing short of alchemical, while on the outside, it may seem like they are still tangled in an old karmic loop, repeating familiar patterns or surrounded by energy that no longer serves them. The truth is, something sacred has already been released. The real shift has happened within. They have let go energetically, even if they haven't fully shown it in the physical realm yet. You might not see the evidence of this release with your eyes, but the soul has already begun to move in a new direction. Aries energy comes through strongly in this transformation. It could speak to their birth chart, perhaps Aries sun, moon, or rising, or it may hint that Aries season will be a turning point, a time when they finally reach out, take initiative, or express what they've been holding inside. Aries is bold, action-oriented, and fearless. This energy suggests that once the heart has fully reopened, they may step forward with courage, ready to speak with vulnerability and truth. This phase they are moving through is sacred and raw. It is breaking them open, not to wound, but to awaken. The ego is crumbling, so the heart can fully rise. And when it does, you may be the one they turn to, because your energy feels like home, and your heart holds the resonance they've been searching for in the silence. Number 5. Tower moments and emotional healing. This masculine is undergoing a complete upheaval of the soul. The combination of the Ace of Cups and the Tower speaks volumes. It's as if everything they once clung to has come crashing down. The message that echoes through this energy is clear and forceful. Burn it all down. Not out of anger or recklessness, but from a desperate longing to be free. Free of illusions, masks, and the hollow roles they've played for far too long. This is a soul crying out for authenticity, and the universe has responded by dismantling the foundations of their old life. What may appear as chaos is, in truth, sacred reconstruction. The number 6666, often misjudged or feared, emerges as a divine code here, a sign of spiritual awakening and deep inner healing. It marks the release of material attachments and ego-driven patterns. A karmic feminine energy is surfacing in this process, represented by the reversed Empress. This could be an external relationship they're shedding, one built on codependency or control, or it might reflect an inner wound, the feeling that they've become disconnected from the radiant, divine Empress energy you embody. They watch you rise, step into your power, and blossom into your full essence. And in that reflection, they question if they're enough. Despite these shadows, the Ace of Cups reveals a quiet hope blooming in their heart. They long for a fresh start with you, one rooted not in fantasy but in truth, emotion, and real spiritual connection. Their heart is being prepared to offer something sincere, something aligned with who they're becoming. It's not just a romantic gesture, it's a soul-level offering. And then there's the hidden card, tucked at the bottom of the deck, the Emperor. It's not out in the open yet, but it's there, waiting. This symbolizes their spiritual evolution, the journey towards stepping fully into their divine masculine role. They are not who they were, and though they may still be piecing themselves back together, every tower moment has brought them closer to becoming the counterpart your soul has always called in. Think of a grand old house, one that stood for decades, maybe even lifetimes. From the outside, it looks solid, familiar, but over time, the foundation has cracked. The walls are no longer stable, and the structure becomes unsafe to live in. Yet the owner stays, holding on to the memories, the comfort of what was, and the illusion of security. Then one day, lightning strikes, suddenly and without mercy. The house collapses, and in the rubble, everything they once knew is lost. This is the tower moment. Painful, disorienting, but necessary. Because only when the old collapses can the soul build something new, something real, honest, and aligned with who they are becoming. That's what this masculine is going through. The life they built, the relationships, roles, and identities no longer serve them. And as those false structures fall away, they are standing in the raw truth of who they really are. It's terrifying, yes, but it's also sacred, because from this place of emotional ruin, something pure is rising. The Ace of Cups is that first brick of the new foundation. Love that is not based on performance or illusion, but on soul-level truth. And deep within, the Emperor is awakening. No longer a king of a crumbling castle, but a divine counterpart, ready to build a new kingdom, side by side with you. Number 6. Struggles with abundance and identity. The appearance of the reversed abundance and self-esteem cards reveals a profound inner conflict unfolding within the divine masculine. Although he may have achieved notable success in the 3D world, measured by material accomplishments, status, or recognition, he now finds himself standing at the threshold of a spiritual awakening. This transition, often referred to as exiting the matrix, is not just a shift in perception, it is a dismantling of everything he once thought defined him. As he steps away from external validations and societal constructs, he is forced to confront the parts of himself that were built on illusion, fear, and conditional worth. At the core of this transformation is a crisis of identity. The masculine energy is struggling to access his true abundance, not the kind tied to money or possessions, but the limitless potential that flows from spiritual alignment and self-worth. This journey inward shakes the very foundations of his ego, which has long been rooted in doing, achieving, and proving. Now, stripped of those outer identities, he may feel lost, disoriented, and even ashamed, as if his unraveling were a personal failure. But in reality, this so-called failure is a sacred initiation. The ego death he is experiencing is not a sign of weakness. It is a powerful gateway to expansion. By surrendering the masks he has worn and embracing the vulnerability that arises, he is being invited to discover who he truly is, beyond the roles he has played. This collapse of the old self, though painful, is his greatest catalyst for growth. It opens the door to reclaiming his divine essence, to stepping into a higher version of himself that is not confined by fear or external measures of worth. In this sacred undoing, he finds the key to authentic abundance, the kind that flows not from the world outside, but from the truth within. Number 7, a pivotal decision and realignment. The reversed indecision card signals a powerful moment of reckoning for the divine masculine, one that marks a turning point in his spiritual journey. He is being called to make a life-altering decision, not one rooted in logic or fear, but in soul alignment. This decision is not just about choosing between two paths. It is about shedding an outdated version of himself to rise into something greater. The universe is nudging him, perhaps even pushing him, to finally release a significant part of his identity that has kept him tethered to the old world. This may come in the form of a career that no longer feeds his soul, a relationship that has run its course, or a deeply embedded belief system that has long dictated his actions and self-worth. At first, the weight of this decision may feel overwhelming. After all, the masculine has built parts of his life around these very things. Letting go might feel like stepping into the unknown without a safety net. But the truth is, this moment of surrender is not a loss. It's a liberation. By releasing what no longer resonates with his higher self, he is clearing space for divine realignment. He is no longer choosing from fear or obligation, but from love and inner truth. This bold act of courage doesn't just shift his individual path, it activates a shared destiny. As he realigns with his soul's purpose, he naturally steps onto the temple path, where the divine feminine awaits. This sacred reunion is not just romantic, it is alchemical. Together, they begin to walk a higher timeline, one built on mutual purpose, spiritual connection, and divine harmony. The masculine's choice to evolve becomes the key that unlocks not just his own ascension, but the merging of two souls walking as one toward a greater mission. This is the moment where inner truth meets divine timing. And in choosing growth over comfort, the masculine steps fully into his power, into alignment, and into sacred union. Number 8, the emergence of new energy. As I reshuffle the cards to tune into the current energy surrounding the divine feminine, a powerful shift begins to reveal itself. A wave of new energy is approaching, fresh, unfamiliar, and filled with promise. Many of you are beginning to align with a new soul connection, one that may not have fully materialized in the physical world just yet. Still, its presence is already making itself known in the energetic field. As I tapped into this vibration, a striking image came through, a bridge. This is not just a random symbol, but a deeply spiritual metaphor. It speaks of transition, of leaving behind the familiar shore of who you once were and stepping across into a higher timeline, a new reality where more of your soul's truth can be expressed and lived. This new connection may not arrive in the form you expect. They could enter your life platonically, professionally, or romantically. Regardless of the form they take, their presence will serve as a divine catalyst. They are not here to complete you, but to activate you, to mirror back a version of yourself that is more aligned, more empowered, and more deeply connected to your divine path. With their arrival, you'll begin to feel a shift in how you see yourself and what you believe is possible. They will stretch your vision, encourage your growth, and invite you to embody your higher self with greater confidence and clarity. This is not about rushing into a relationship or attaching to a specific outcome. Rather, it is about recognizing the sacred timing and purpose behind every soul that crosses your path. The energy of this person, whoever they are, will bridge the gap between your current self and the future version of you that's waiting to emerge. And in doing so, they will help you realize that you are already worthy, already enough, and fully capable of walking across that bridge into a life more in alignment with your soul. If you've made it this far, it's a sign that this message was meant for you. Take a moment to reflect. Have you felt the stirring of new energy in your life? Are you sensing that you're on the edge of something transformative? Whether you've already met this soul connection or are simply feeling the pull of a higher path, your journey is unfolding in divine timing. I'd love to hear from you. Share your story in the comments, or let us know how this message resonates with your heart. And if you're ready to affirm this shift, type, "I am open to divine connections and new beginnings" in the comments to anchor this energy into your reality. Number 9. Signs of a soul-aligned relationship. Imagine standing on a bridge, much like the woman depicted in the journey card, carrying heavy suitcases that symbolize the emotional burdens and past wounds you've worked so hard to overcome. This image is not just symbolic. It mirrors the essence of the divine feminine's journey. You have endured trials that once weighed heavily on your heart, but through those experiences, you've grown stronger, wiser, and more spiritually attuned. Those suitcases now represent not just pain, but the strength born from surviving it. This is the moment when the universe begins to respond to your inner transformation. As you prepare to cross this symbolic bridge, leaving behind the weight of your past and moving toward a new chapter, divine guidance appears to confirm that you're not alone in this transition. The magician in the mirror reveals the power you've cultivated within, a reflection of your spiritual awakening and your ability to manifest what aligns with your soul. The door to value opens wide, not just in material terms, but in recognizing your worth and attracting connections that truly honor it. At this very threshold, a soul-aligned relationship is making its way into your life. Whether this is a twin flame or a high-level spiritual connection, their arrival is not accidental. The reversed thinking man card suggests that the time for over-analyzing is over. This connection transcends logic. It is not something to be picked apart, but felt deeply, intuitively. It is a meeting of energy, not minds. The yin-yang card affirms the sacred balance being restored within and around you. This union brings harmony where there was once inner conflict. As you step fully into this new beginning, guided by both inner alignment and divine timing, you'll recognize that this relationship is not here to complete you, but to walk beside you, reflect your growth, and support your continued evolution. Number 10. A healing presence and an emotional trigger. This connection brings with it a powerful wave of healing energy. The presence of this person in your life is not only comforting, it's restorative. The broken heart card in reverse is a beautiful confirmation that their energy is here to mend what was once fractured within you. Their love holds the frequency of calm, of care, and of deep emotional sincerity. They may not just want to love you, they want to be open with you, honest with their emotions, and clear in their intentions. Their feelings are real, strong, and rooted in a genuine desire to build something meaningful. But as healing as this connection may be, it also has the potential to stir something deeper within you, something raw, unhealed, and still tender. Love, especially when it's real and intense, can act as a mirror to our unresolved pain. That's where the hostilities card enters the picture. It doesn't necessarily indicate conflict with them. It reflects the inner battles you might face in response to their love. Racing thoughts, emotional resistance, and a sudden flood of self-doubt may rise to the surface. It's not because their love is wrong, but because your soul is being called to confront the layers of protection you've built around your heart. You've grown into a fiercely independent being, strong, resilient, and self-reliant. But that strength may also come with a cost, the tendency to protect yourself too much, to hesitate when trust is required, to retreat when vulnerability knocks on the door. This hesitation, this pause before allowing love to enter fully, is not a flaw. It's a result of what you've been through. The heartbreaks of the past have taught you to be cautious, to hold your emotions close, and to question whether love is safe. This person, with their healing presence, is not here to pressure you, but to walk beside you as you navigate these emotional waters. Their love may trigger old wounds, but it also offers the opportunity to finally heal them. It is through this dance of healing and triggering, of fear and surrender, that you'll discover just how deeply love can transform you. Number 11. The past versus the future. Sometimes, the heart holds on to what the soul has already outgrown. You may still feel energetically or emotionally tied to someone from your past, a connection that once held promise, love, or even the illusion of stability. The happy family and world cards in reverse gently reveal that this old relationship, while once significant, may now be limiting your expansion. Perhaps this person didn't grow alongside you, couldn't meet you in the depth of your evolution, or simply remained rooted in a version of the past you've long since outgrown. And yet, there can still be a lingering pull, memories, hopes, or emotional ties that make it difficult to fully release. Part of you may still be standing in that doorway, looking back, wondering if you're making the right choice by letting go. But the truth is, your soul is calling you forward now, into a new space of love, one rooted in mutual growth, respect, and emotional reciprocity. This is a sacred invitation to move toward a future built not on what once was, but on what is meant to be. There is a new energy approaching, or perhaps already surrounding you, and it feels deeply aligned. This connection carries the frequency of everything your heart has quietly wished for: understanding, partnership, and soulful harmony. It feels like love in its most genuine, mature form. A love that sees you, values you, and walks beside you as an equal. And yet, despite how right it feels, despite how much you may crave this kind of relationship, you might still find yourself hesitating. Why? Because sometimes, after so much pain or disappointment, joy can feel unfamiliar. Sometimes, when the heart has grown accustomed to longing or loss, receiving real love becomes the most vulnerable act of all. Letting go of the past isn't just about cutting cords. It's about trusting yourself enough to embrace something new, something better, something you truly deserve. This is a turning point, a crossroads between the comfort of the familiar and the promise of a future that reflects your growth. The choice is yours, and the universe is gently guiding you toward the love you've always longed for. Number 12. Extended reading and divine guidance. If this message has stirred something within you, if you feel the subtle pull of recognition, longing, or clarity, then the journey doesn't end here. In the extended reading, we'll go deeper into the energy of the Emperor in progress, a masculine figure who is awakening, evolving, and stepping into his divine power. We'll explore the Ace of Cups, the sacred offer of love, renewal, and emotional intimacy that's beginning to take form in your reality. We'll also take a closer look at what the divine masculine is being called to release in order to fully align with the divine feminine. Whether it's fear, emotional baggage, past wounds, or outdated beliefs, there is a transformational process unfolding, and understanding it can bring profound insight and peace to your own heart. But that's not all. I'll also channel more about this new incoming energy, the one that's knocking gently at the door of your heart. We'll uncover their deeper intentions, the purpose of their arrival, and the role they may play in your healing and spiritual growth. If you're feeling that undeniable sense that something or someone is on the horizon, this extended reading will offer you the clarity and affirmation you seek. If you feel guided to continue this journey, the extended reading is available now via Patreon. You can find the link in the pinned comment and the video description below. Trust your intuition. It always knows the way. Think of the divine masculine as a man standing at the edge of a forest, holding the Ace of Cups in his hands. This cup is overflowing with love, emotion, and the purest intention. But to reach the divine feminine waiting on the other side, he must first walk through the dense, shadowy trees of his past. Each step forward requires him to let go of something heavy. Old wounds, pride, emotional armor, or the belief that vulnerability is weakness. The forest represents his transformation, the inner work, the release, the surrender. And though the path is not easy, he keeps going because something in his soul knows that real love, healing love, awaits on the other side. This is the Emperor in progress, not a man who is perfect, but one who is willing to grow, to try, and to rise. In the extended reading, we'll walk alongside him through that symbolic forest, uncovering what he's releasing and what he's ready to offer as he moves closer to the divine feminine. It's a journey of truth, love, and divine alignment. Number 13. Final messages from your spirit guides. As we come to the end of this YouTube reading, your spirit guides have stepped forward with a few final messages that are both powerful and deeply affirming. I was guided to pull one last card for you, and what emerged was the crown chakra card in the upright position, gently resting on a piece of clear quartz. This is no coincidence. It's a significant sign. This combination is a powerful confirmation that you are currently crossing into a brand new timeline, one that aligns with your soul's higher path and divine expansion. You may begin to notice that time feels different. Moments might blur together, or the past may suddenly feel distant and irrelevant, while the future seems unusually close and vivid. You could feel slightly disoriented, as though the fabric of reality is subtly shifting, and that's because it is. This sense of time behaving strangely is not your imagination. It is a clear sign that a timeline shift is underway. You're not just changing your future, you're stepping into a new vibrational reality, one where old limitations no longer apply, and where your higher self is leading the way. This is a sacred and rare moment of transformation, and your spirit guides want you to trust it fully. Trust the process, trust your intuition, and most importantly, trust that you are exactly where you need to be. If you're curious and would like a dedicated video on the signs and symptoms of timeline shifting, I'd love to create that for you. Let me know in the comments below. Your feedback helps shape the messages that come through. And if this reading resonated, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel and stay connected for more divine insights. Number 14. The role of your soul mission and receiving energy. In this part of your spiritual reading, the messages from the universe are turning your attention towards something deeply personal and powerful: your soul mission. Cards like Double Mission and Seas of Mintaka are not just gentle reminders, they are loud and clear confirmations that you came here with a higher purpose. This isn't just about a career or a calling, it's about the deeper reason your soul chose to incarnate in this lifetime. Whether you are in a soul partnership, a twin flame connection, or even navigating your path alone, you are being called to serve simply by being who you truly are, authentic, aligned, and unapologetically yourself. Your light has the power to uplift others, not by force or effort, but by resonance. You are here to embody truth, to walk in integrity, and to share your unique frequency with the world. This is your double mission, to awaken yourself, and in doing so, awaken others. At the same time, your sacral chakra is being illuminated, drawing your awareness to a sacred aspect of your journey, your capacity to receive. Spirit is asking, how open are you to receiving love, support, abundance, worthiness? Through recent emotional triggers, relationships, or even moments of discomfort, the universe is gently showing you the areas where you may still be resisting your own divine flow. These moments aren't setbacks, they're sacred opportunities to heal, expand, and reclaim your power. Now is the time to soften your grip, open your heart, and allow the energy of receiving to flow into your life. You are worthy of all the blessings coming your way, not because you've earned them, but because they are your birthright. Embrace this chapter with grace and trust that your soul knows exactly where it's leading you. Number 15. Breaking the matrix of time. As we move deeper into your reading, the message from Spirit is clear. You are not just waiting, you are redefining time itself. The appearance of the Patience card is not only about divine timing, it points to a profound unraveling within you. You are dismantling inherited beliefs, those handed down by family, culture, and society, about what life should look like by a certain age. You're beginning to see through the illusion that success, love, or fulfillment must arrive on a fixed schedule. Right now, many of you are courageously stepping off the beaten path. You may be walking away from traditions, rejecting outdated timelines, or choosing a life that is deeply aligned with your soul, rather than society's expectations. This is not rebellion, it's awakening. You're reclaiming your right to live life on your own terms, in your own timing, and with your own definition of success. If you've been wondering, is it too late to start over? Too late to chase this dream? We want you to know, absolutely not. The dream was placed in your heart for a divine reason. It's not random, it's not irrelevant. It is part of your soul's blueprint, and it's calling you now because the energy around you is finally aligned to support it. You are already shifting into a new timeline, one where that dream, that purpose, already exists. It's not something you need to chase, it's something you're remembering, reclaiming, and aligning with. Be patient, but more importantly, be trusting. Divine timing isn't about delay, it's about preparation. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be to bring that dream to life. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's reading. I truly hope that something within this message touched your heart, sparked a new perspective, or brought a sense of peace and clarity to your current path. These readings are here to guide you, to remind you of your inner strength, and to help you navigate the deeper truths unfolding in your life. If you feel a pull toward the extended version, you'll find the link waiting for you in the pinned comment and description box below. Trust your intuition if it's calling you there. As we close, I'd love to know what stood out to you the most. Share in the comments by writing, "I choose clarity over confusion." Let this be your declaration and your invitation to align with truth. If this message resonated, please don't forget to like the video, share it with someone who might need this guidance today, and be sure to check out the next video waiting for you just below on the screen. It might hold the exact message your soul needs next. I'm sending you so much love and light as you step into the rest of your day and the beginning of a new week. I'll see you again for our next reading on Wednesday. Until then, stay grounded, stay open, and stay connected.